Hey, everyone.
Hello.
Hi.
What's up? Hi.
It must be Friday.
Friday.
It's
What's
Friday.
up?
It's
You guys
Friday.
all ready for the big storm of brewing?
Nope.
Yeah, I made sauce and we're having
Okay,
meatballs.
you're
today.
good.
You're good.
No Italian.
You're good. Zombie apocalypse, snowstorm.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter. You're good.
Yeah, first they said it's going to be a bad storm. They said, oh, never mind. It's going out to sea. Then they said, whoa, it's coming back.
Right?
18 to 24
After all
inches.
these years, all that technology, they
Yikes.
still don't know shit. You know what I mean? They can't.
Well,
The weather is so unbelievably hard to predict.
Yeah, but
zigs
it's
and
happening,
zags.
apparently.
Yeah. Oh,
It
it's
is
happening.
That's a good setup for a future video in just a moment.
But Steve, I don't think it's going to be that 40-inch monstrosity that hit our state about 10 years ago or so. Do you recall that? Where Camden, Connecticut was like the epicenter of that storm in which it got the most. Oh my God. It was
They ran out of places to
4
put
feet
the
of snow.
They couldn't even plow the snow anymore. They had to come in with the back hose, like the haulers, to pick up the snow and physically move it. They couldn't even plow it.
Where was this?
It was crazy. In my
In
backyard.
Connecticut, yeah.
On
was
the street outside my house.
Central Connecticut was the
epicenter
of that storm. And we got almost 4 feet of snow in one storm.
Bob.
4 feet. Yo.
4 feet.
Where are you?
I don't know. Is that an existential question or?
It's a different space.
Who are you?
This is in my house, my new house. And this is the library. I'm so excited.
The library.
It's version 1.0 of the library. It's kind of hard to say, but lots of books and it's too dark.
It doesn't even do it justice, man. Not even close. Yeah, one day you should give us a tour, Bob.
Well, I got a video, Jay. I can send you a video and you can see the whole thing instead of me walking it around. I'll send it to Ian, see if we got a spare minute.
And, bookshelves, books, and bric-a-brac.
Knick-knack, bric-a-brac.
But it's in Bob style.
Oh,
everything's been Bobified.
I mean skulls, right?
Guys, how much candy do you think the average American adult eats a year?
Too much.
Average.
In pounds?
Okay.
Is that which way were you supposed to answer this? Like pieces of candy, pounds?
No, by weight.
Now this includes chocolate in general, or specifically chocolate candy.
I'll say 10 pounds.
It's got. I think it's more than that.
10 pounds, 1 ounce.
I will say.
Wow, Price is Right.
Oh, candy. I mean, it depends on you define it, but I'll say it's higher. I'll say it's more like 18 pounds.
Oh boy,
8 pounds.
No, so I was wrong.
Damn, I should have gone 9.9.
Yeah,
that's a lot of junk.
18,800 calories of candy.
I don't even come close to that.
Not bad.
All sugar. Yeah.
It's basically 100% sugar. Children tend to eat more.
Yeah.
That's the average adult.
They don't get tired of it.
Way to get older, Taste changes over time, What tasted good at age 8 no longer tastes like crap at age 48.
Although I think if I bought Captain Crunch, I would still enjoy it. I used to love Captain Crunch.
Arr.
I got Reese's Pieces, Reese's peanut butter cereal in my cabinet right now, waiting for the storm tomorrow morning.
He's gonna eat it slowly all day.
Okay, chat. Favorite cereal, go.
Oh wow, here we go.
Who likes grape nuts? Anybody?
Oh god.
I barely remember grape nuts.
Grape nuts, no matter what.
Eat them.
The only
gravel.
What I used to do,
you don't like gravel?
More like bark, but a tasty bark.
I would take peaches and the juice from peaches, and then put blueberries and put it in the microwave, and then it was edible.
Oh, with the grape nuts.
Yeah, because it softens it up. Because if you chip a tooth on that stuff.
Yeah, I mean, I like mixing cereals rather than eating one type of cereal.
That's a little weird.
That's weird. Like what? Like what's your 2 favorite to mix?
Like for example, Honey Nut Cheerios and Vanilla Almond Special K together.
That would work. Sure.
Yeah, it does. Works fine.
Get the flavors working in harmony. I like that.
But overall, though, isn't basically I know I'm generalizing, but isn't cereal just bad?
Why? No, why
depends on the cereal.
Yeah, like all the sugary cereals are just probably
now you're doing a subset of sugary cereals rather than all cereal.
But yeah,
adult cereals are not bad,
Isn't it basically all just carbohydrates?
Yeah,
unless it's infused with some kind of protein,
Yeah, there's ones that try to get higher protein.
Yeah, I've seen that.
I get mom a high fiber, like honey clusters. Yeah, fiber 1 honey clusters, good chunk of fiber in there. Yeah, it's tasty as hell, man. It is tasty as hell. I mean, I just go in there and grab a handful dry, and it's like, oh my god, it's so good.
So we have, if you guys, if the audience doesn't know, we have guests coming on tonight.
Yeah.
The audience has their fill of cereal.
Well, people now are eating cereal in the audience.
Well, they're just showing all sorts of.
I think they've had their fill.
Look at that! Someone put up in the Discord chat: Rice Krispies Treats cereal.
Oh yeah, that's good.
Yes,
that's a dessert.
That's a top 5 cereal right there. That's a top 5 cereal.
It's a little meta in a way,
All right, maybe we should ask our guests
it's a thing, man.
One at a time. We're going to start with Megan. Name your favorite cereal.
Hey, Megan.
Hey, Megan.
Hi, Megan.
Favorite with evidence.
Here we go. Hi. I like Captain Crunch.
That's what I'm talking about.
So
that is the best cereal.
So
he is the highest ranking.
Why are you here?
Yes.
Well, I'm a patron of the SGU, so I'm on the Discord.
Awesome.
And in my non-Discord life, I work at a university teaching molecular biology to freshmen.
Awesome.
So yeah, so they're right now. Just this morning we were finding dirt out in the icy fields of Colorado to try and get bacteriophage isolated out of them. So
I love bacteriophages.
Yeah, so that's the class I teach. It's really fun.
That's very cool.
Yeah.
And how long have you been a patron?
Oh, I think I started being a patron shortly after you moved from the legacy system.
So pretty much the whole time Patreon has been. Okay. Well, thank you for that. How are you enjoying the Discord?
I love it. When you guys were out in Colorado, Jackie, who was a guest on a few weeks ago, and her boyfriend were out, and we went to all 3 shows with them and drove them around, and it was really fun. So we've made some good friends on the Discord. over the last few years. Sharon and Fred have a special place in my heart, and we love seeing them.
Yeah, they're awesome. So did I hear you correctly? You went to all 3 shows that happened in
Colorado. Yeah, we had tickets from before the pandemic for the private show.
Yeah, I remember I kept delaying it and then delaying it.
Yes.
Yep. And so we snapped up tickets to the Fort Collins show when you opened that one up as well.
Awesome. Well, we appreciate that as well. Thank you so much. Yeah. That's awesome.
Yeah.
So our next guest is Morgan. And what is your favorite cereal? And
Morgan.
Hi, Morgan.
Hi. So I'm not a huge fan of cereal, but I guess Trader Joe's makes a vanilla almond cereal that has like cornflakes and I think some like granola that I like.
All right, but here's a sub question though. As cereals go, they're either like rice-based, wheat-based, oat-based, or corn-based, right? Yes. So which of those 4 do you prefer? I prefer oat-based, actually.
Me too. I would say oat-based. I like granola with yogurt a lot.
That's an awesome combination right there.
Yeah, yogurt and granola is actually a
combination.
I agree.
But I prefer anything that's sugar-based. That's pretty much right. That's the best one.
I get that.
All right, let's bring in our last guest here.
Okay, last but not least is Jim. Why do you like cereal? Why, Jim?
I don't.
Very good.
There you go.
I like.
What are you doing here?
Forage. Did you hear that?
What am I doing here? I'm coming to join my wife, who just moved. Yeah.
There you go.
Wait. You guys are married?
Yep.
Oh, there's all sorts of discussions we can have now.
Well, see, the wall is the same color.
Oh, that's right.
Let's see.
Are you guys in the same room or no?
No, probably not.
No, I'm actually in my office down at I work at a university as well, a different one than Megan. So.
And what are you?
You're part of the intellectual elite, huh?
They use the same paint.
Yeah, I suppose. Yeah, I'm
covering up all the
lab
real
manager
science
for the chemistry department at the university.
So all three of you guys are SGU patrons, and you're all on Discord. That's what you have in common.
Yes, but only 2 of you have an appropriately decorated background, I noticed.
Correct.
Which 2 are you talking about?
Hey, the book.
I see it. I caught John.
Available at fine bookstores. Oh,
defend yourself, Morgan.
It would just look better with a book.
What did you have to say? You were saying something.
Oh, it's all medical antiques.
Ooh, awesome. I like that. Show us.
Pull us out the coolest one.
Medical oddities, like
all right,
shrunken heads.
I was going to say that. I want to wait.
I got a shrunken head.
I'm probably get a break, but this one's kind of cool.
Okay.
And it's heavy.
Well, let's see if we can guess what it is before you tell us.
I guess it's an apothecary.
It's a
apothecary in a box.
It's a record player that plays people's souls backwards.
Cranial.
Wow, look at that.
Is it a dynamizer?
Yeah. Nice try. No, it opens, cool, Steve. Look, it has a lid. The dynamizer never opened.
All right, what is it?
An oscilloclast?
It's
a confabulator?
Well, okay. So without telling you exactly what it is, what it's called when they're sold at like antique stores and stuff is a quackery device.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That's a more of a general umbrella term.
Yes. But basically it's medical electricity at home.
So what do you do with this electricity?
Cool. What?
What do you do with it? You hook up electrodes?
Yeah. So there's a bunch of different attachments you can get. Get this back in here. And there's a bunch of different attachments. You can get like a hairbrush that apparently shocks your scalp and is supposed to help grow hair. It's got a lot of different. Apparently, electricity could be used to do everything.
Yeah.
It's actually got like its pamphlet that came with it. There's treatment for sciatica.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, treatment for falling out hair. That's the hairbrush.
Yeah, hysteria, I'm sure.
Probably.
Erectile dysfunction.
Yep.
Nobody had that back then, Jay.
Yeah, back then you had.
I'm sure.
Right, you have to think like 1889. There's Jay. You got to put yourself in that era.
Oh, here I found a picture of one. I'm totally right. That's exactly what that is. What? That is an Albert Abrams oscilloclast.
Oh, Abrams. He is the dynamizer guy.
I thought you made that word up, Steve.
No.
What, the
I don't know if it has a little label on it somewhere, but I mean,
I don't think it has that label, but I'm sure it's the exact same. They made a bunch of different forms of it.
Yeah, it could be a knockoff and not a real Abrams dynamizer.
Where did you buy it?
Sears robot.
Oh, it's a knockoff.
Yeah.
Where'd you get it?
But if you look at a picture of the dynamizer or the oscilloclast, it looks exactly like that.
And that's a good question, Jay. I think it might have come from auction. My husband works auctions and also does antique dealing as a side job. And my father-in-law owns an auction company. So a lot of this came from auction.
Oh, cool. All right. So you got an inside tip.
Yes.
Got it. All right. That's cool. All right. So the first thing.
Jay,
yes.
Jay, you mentioned a shrunken head.
Oh, there it is. There's Bob's shrunken head. Now, there was no such thing as a real shrunken head.
Shrunken head.
You can't shrink a head.
Yeah. No. It's a real deal. It's a real deal.
No, but you can't actually shrink a skull.
No, the skull's not in it.
Oh, they take the skull out?
Yeah. They stuff the head. It's a very specific process. And it's like one tribe that actually really did it. And if you say you have an authentic shrunken head, it's got to be like from these people, because this one group.
They have the patent on it.
As far as I know, I haven't done a deep dive.
No, it was the Javaro Indians of northern Peru and southern Ecuador. They're called Tsansas, Tsantsas.
What doesn't?
Those are the only actual authentic ones. Although again, there's knockoffs.
And do they make these for sale? Like, what's is it religious? What is it?
I thought it was a ritual.
Ritual they did. They did it out of their enemies' heads as a.
Warning to your enemies and some of their allies.
And then, what do you wear it? You throw it at people. What do you do with it?
Put it on a stick, wear them. I guess.
I thought it was on belts.
Marionettes.
Oh my God! Imagine wearing a belt with like 10 shrunken heads on it. That would be pretty intimidating. They've got to stink at some point, don't they?
I think they preserve them.
Well, when they're aren't they cooked?
Yeah,
they're cooked and then treated with something.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ!
It's just making like a leather bag out of somebody's face,
Oh, Leatherface, gotcha.
But then are they desiccated or what?
Mm-hmm.
Right, because they would be oozing skull juice all over you, right? Like it would be disgusting.
Skull juice. I think you gotta like boil it. You're not after it's shrunk. I guess it gets it gets desiccated a bit. But to get it shrunk, I think there's a level of cooking it. I think I could be wrong on that one. Any shrunken head experts out there?
No. All right, so Jim and Megan, let me ask you a couple of personal questions.
Oh, here we go.
Most importantly, which one of you got the other one into the SGU?
I did.
He got me into it.
We have a consensus. Okay.
And was this before or after you got married?
Well, after.
We will be celebrating our 17th wedding anniversary later this year.
You guys look too young to be married 17 years.
We were babies. So.
Yeah. Got married right out of college.
Wow. Mm-hmm. It's very romantical. Who asked who to get married?
We kind of agreed on it.
Yeah, we just chatted about it and decided that was the logical thing to do.
Of course, the two skeptics say that was the logical thing to do.
Yeah, we like spending time together. We wanted to be together, so we thought, well, let's, we should probably
get the way to go. Seems to have worked out as well.
So Kara said something interesting while we were recording the show on Wednesday. She said that she thinks that when you get married, that you should have to re-up the marriage on 5 years, 10 years. So you're not automatically married forever. So you could choose to opt out. And
well, right, or it expires unless you activate unless you choose to continue it.
I've been thinking about this. I've been thinking about it, and I can't decide whether I agree or don't agree because I don't know. I mean, it kind of changes the definition of marriage in a way, and it's been on my mind. So I'm curious to know what you guys think.
I think it's really dependent on your relationship, right? Maybe that works for some. And in fact, we have a good friends who have some clauses in their marriage contract that read that way.
Yeah.
That it's it's not binding every 5 years or however you want to put it. And for some people, I don't think that'd work. I think it'd be too much of a burden.
Is that legal though? I mean, would you have to get divorce? Like the
you still have to go through the divorce process.
Yeah.
You can't just say we're no longer married and declare it. The state won't recognize that. You'd have to go through the procedure.
But they have a contract to deal with all the financial and things like that.
Right.
For dissolving that they can, they have exit clauses every so many years, so that it's easier.
Yeah. I mean, in my mind, I look at it like, I don't know. To me, I find it moderately threatening in a sense. I don't know. I don't want to be, I don't want to overdo it, but I'm like, I don't know if I would want to get married to someone if there was a time limit on it. It kind of takes away the vibe of being married to me in some way.
Isn't there an overall time limit, Jay?
Yeah, but that's the romantic part. It's until death, It's like that's one of the mysteries of marriage.
Yeah, that's I mean, the religions wanted you to be married so you'd procreate and make more little religious people.
I mean, our wedding vow said death or married until or as long as our love shall last.
Yeah.
Ooh, I like that.
After. If there's nothing there, if you want to move on, it seems silly to keep something going
right
when nobody's happy.
You built in an escape clause, basically.
So,
Kara was just telling us the other day, she thinks that marriage contracts should be finite. Like there should be an end date built in from the beginning.
Yeah. No, not really an end date, but a milestone where you could re-up or not.
Yeah, that's an end date. Yeah, you don't re-up, it automatically sunsets.
Not really an end date, but
I mean, I guess in one regard,
I like that idea.
It could be cool in one regard, like you're redoing your vows and reconfirming if you want, and I think that's
and it actually means something. It's not just for show. It's not just
very LA of her.
It is very LA of her. All right, Morgan, what do you think? You've been strangely quiet.
Well, I was thinking about it in a few different ways. I kind of get the idea behind it, but at the same time, it feels like something I would forget to do if unless you go in and do something about it that it works for me. But I don't want to have to remember to re-up my marriage.
You set a Google reminder.
I agree with you.
Gotta get divorced in 6 months.
I still somehow do not. I set reminders all the time, and then I ignore it.
Well, it could be optional, like you check a box if you want your wedding vows to expire at some point, or
that would work for me. I the that's a good idea.
Yeah.
Morgan,
I'm too lazy. Just make it last forever until I do something about it.
Exactly.
Like as an example, the way I find out that my car is no longer registered is I get pulled over. It never occurs to me that
like 2 months after it had expired.
That's pretty bad.
But I don't know. I don't. Unlike probably most other adults, I don't know like what is it? Every 3 years, 5 years? I have no idea how that system works. It seems arbitrary to me.
Ours is every year.
Depends on the state.
Colorado's annual.
Do you all have to get your cars inspected also? I know Maine does.
Like an emissions test. If there's certain
emissions
age,
tested,
an emissions test.
Okay. Ours is like do your brakes work? Do your windshield wipers work?
Yeah, there is. I think if the car is in Connecticut 15 years old or older, you may have to do that.
I never made it to that.
I've had to since I bought my car. It's a 2017. I still have to take it in every year and have it looked at.
Well, yeah.
It's tyranny.
It's
Are you saying you need an emissions test for marriage? Is that what you're saying?
So Jay would fail an emissions test.
On Facebook, got very upset over something, and I posted on Facebook. So, Bob bought a car, and I've been wanting to buy a car now for 2 years. I keep putting it off. I don't have enough money or whatever. So now I'm really looking for a car. I found a couple that I like, and I'm talking to dealerships, and I find out that they want $7,500 for nothing. They just want $7,500 to buy the car, right? Above whatever MSRP.
MSRP plus. That's right.
It's a market adjustment.
They call it a premium cost. That's their premium charge.
Yeah.
Wow.
And I'm trying to be rational about this, but as you could tell, I can get triggered. Like when somebody's trying to rob me of $7,500, I'm like, well, what's the service that you're providing for the $7,500? So
that's called gouging. That's what that is.
Is it because they need to do it to stay in business, or is it just straight up gouging?
No, they're taking advantage of the current market.
Yeah, I think it's just
there's no law or regulation saying they can't do that. So that's it.
Yeah, so, it's a supply and demand. There's not enough supply for all the demand, so they can charge more.
But I don't think that I think with something essential like a car, right?
Mm-hmm.
For them to just add $7,500, another dealership was adding $10,000. That makes it so I literally can't buy a new car.
Right.
Like I am incapable of buying a new car, even no matter what I bend in my life, I can't do it right now because of that extra charge, which means that I can't get a goddamn car.
Yeah, but Jay, I don't think 7,500 is typical. I was told that they're putting a $3,000 or $4,000 market adjustment. So I think if you shopped around, you might find something that's below the threshold.
Yeah, just keep looking. It just takes extra effort to.
I think that there should be a law that says they can't do this to essential items like transportation. It's just not.
Write your representatives, man. State representatives got to go change that law.
They do that sometimes. They do pass laws against gouging in certain circumstances. I don't think that includes cars, but.
Right. Those are reserved more for emergency situations like, Hurricane Katrina, in other words.
Yeah.
There was tons of episodes of price gouging associated with any emergency.
For food and stuff like
that. Right.
At a time,
that they crack down on.
But in the United States, a lot of people are financially compromised right now. There's a lot going on socially about income and everything, and
actually... Yeah. Jay, people have not been spending as much money during the pandemic.
Yeah.
So people have a lot of cash, which is why they're doing that. They're charging that extra money because people have a lot of pent up buying power over the last 2 years, and they need stuff. That's why there's inflation and supply line problems. So it's because people do have the money.
So somebody said go buy a used car. Used cars are
they're
frequently
worse
right now more expensive than new cars for some reason. I don't.
Yeah, because they're in higher demand. Used cars are even worse price gouging because they're just
because they're immediately available. Where if you go and order a new car from a dealership, you have to wait.
It could take months. It could take months.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm literally I'm breaking out the duct tape. I'm like, my cars are going to be held together with rubber bands and duct tape.
If you can hold out until we get over this phase, it'd be better.
Yeah, I'm trying, but at some point they become dangerous. You know what I mean?
They do.
My car, I told Ian, one of my cars I don't even refer to it as a vehicle anymore. It's a hoopty. It's degenerated into a hoopty. That's what it is.
Am I supposed to know that term?
No, it just means a crappy car. It's beyond it's a car that you notice is bad. You know what I mean? It doesn't blend in with all the other cars. Like when you see it, you're like,
clunker,
oh my god, that car is a complete POS. That's my car.
Evan, since you drew attention to your puzzle, can I ask you a question? Is the clock in front of the puzzle important to the puzzle itself?
No, the clock is not. It's simply aesthetic. And thank you for mentioning it. I appreciate it.
And those lines you draw, is that a person now?
Yeah.
Perhaps, yes.
So I have a guess based upon that.
I'm sure you do now that you know it's a person.
Those like the number of bones in each segment of the body?
Absolutely, they are.
Yeah.
29 in the head, 27 each hand, 26.
Nice.
Yeah.
You're really hitting it hard tonight, Steve. You're doing good. You're figuring everything out.
Knocking it out of the park. He's got the Abrams device. He's got the puzzle. He's got the clock. Well, he didn't quite get the clock. This is a chess clock, by the way. Ian, give me the camera again for a second.
Oh, sorry.
Chess clock, right? You're familiar with chess clocks, right? So I love chess. So it sits by one of my favorite chess boards in my man cave, and this is hand painted. Okay, it's wooden and also brass. And I don't know if you can see on here the Russian lettering. So the story behind it is that this is a 1953 Soviet built chess clock that a designer
with pretty
in
flowers
Russia got a hold of, like a bunch of these, and does individual paintings on the wood and then resells them with that artwork.
Is it functioning?
Oh yeah, it works. Yes, it definitely works.
Do you think it has a hidden microphone in it?
Without a doubt. Yes.
Was it used by Kasparov?
Someone named Kasparov used it. Probably not the famous one, but
I have to confess, Evan, I love board games. We had you sign a Flux card at the show. I have never learned how to play chess.
Oh, really?
We own 400 board games, and I have never.
Awesome. That's a nice library.
No.
And at least one chess
still
board.
like playing chess.
Yeah,
chess is a great
Love
game.
it.
It's funny. I don't even really think of chess as a game. Is like, it's not like Monopoly to me. Like, it's way more intellectual, by orders of magnitude than all other games that I play.
It's still a board game.
Yes,
it's a game you play on a board.
Not only is it still a board game, I looked it up because it was part of one of my Which Game First podcast recently. Chess is going to sell $40 million. There'll be $40 million worth of chess purchases in 2022. By far the number one game for generating, for people will spend on any game will be chess.
Yeah.
In 2022, $40 million people will spend on chess.
Worldwide or U.S.?
Evan, U.S. or worldwide?
Worldwide.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That makes
did it go up after the Queen's Gambit?
It did. Yeah, there was a bump.
I bought one after the Queen's Gambit. Played it a bunch of times too.
That show was awesome.
Should have invested in chess company stock.
So, hey, Morgan, should we tell everyone our secret? So, So Morgan and her husband, Miles, they are officially my minions. Searching for
what the hell?
They volunteered to search for a gothic wingback chair for me, or some awesome chair for the library.
Do they have a card? They have a minion card or a badge?
I'm working on that.
Morgan, are you charging Bob $7,500 for a premium fee?
Market adjustment.
$7,500 on top of the budget.
There's a concierge fee.
Yeah.
Bob, how do you work this out? Like, what channels did you go through to make this happen?
Well, basically, Liz, right? They grew up together. And
you're friends with Liz?
Yeah. Our parents have been friends for a long time. Her mom used to babysit me when I was like 4 years old.
Mm-hmm.
That's cool.
Wow.
Was that up in Maine, or where were they living somewhere else at that time?
In Maine, yeah.
In Maine.
Yeah. Yep.
So, Bob, if they're your minions, do you have like a little trap door for them to run in and out of in your library, or what?
Oh yeah,
I'm working on a lot of that stuff, but So I've only been here a month. Give me time to make my trap doors and secret passageways.
Well, I've got something to tell you guys. Jim and Megan and I have known each other for 10 years.
Wow.
And we frequently shop for cars with each other. We love playing chess together.
Cool.
We eat Captain Crunch quite often in the same room together.
Oh my gosh.
It's a pretty legitimate relationship. We're going to re-up in 2.5 years. The contract is up. We're going to re-up on this relationship.
Call back.
Yep.
Yeah, nice.
That's pretty amazing, since I think we stumbled upon the podcast in 2015.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, whoops, sorry. I'm giving the game away.
So you guys, tell me about Discord. Tell me about the friendships you have on there, and tell me about the other people on there. Talk some trash.
I've been a patron for a while. I'd say at least 4 years, I think. But I only just started using the Discord very much like within the last couple of months. But it's a nice place to vent about things that my family does that I have major issues with, mostly pertaining to COVID.
Oh, sure. We can all use that.
There's a lot of that going on.
A lot of that. Definitely.
All right. So you use it as a venting tool.
Yeah, I do.
Which is good. You need like-minded people to talk to. I mean, I'm lucky because I have this crew. I have these guys. But every once in a while, I get frustrated enough where it spills into Facebook. I suppose I could come to Discord and complain to you guys. Maybe I'll start doing that.
I mean, the mods do an excellent job of keeping the crazy down. Yep. I mean, at least maybe crazy is the wrong thing to say they keep down, but it's a pleasant place to visit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Every once in a while, somebody slips through. What, Bob?
If you went there and vented, I think they would egg you on. They would just to experience the vent. I think they'd love it. So be careful.
There's a lot of venting that goes on here too. So if they really want to see it,
that's true.
Yeah, I mean, I lurk on there and I read a lot of the conversations. There's lots of different conversations that are always happening at the same time.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it was interesting because we went to Nexus in 2018, right? I think was our first one, and met Fred and Sharon and a group there. And then when the Discord started, we just popped on it started before then. So we knew them from the Discord and we just kind of got together there because we had been talking on Discord.
So you were at the poutine event?
We sure were.
Well, I was there too, if you remember.
Yep. Yeah, I do. I remember you and Fred getting bantering back and forth. It was quite entertaining.
Yeah, he was yelling at me in Canadian and I was yelling at him in American.
Yes.
Yeah, and then after that, I think we went to what was the show we went to see with Fred and Mark?
Sleep No More.
Sleep No More. So
an immersive theater production in New York. So
it was a play.
Cool.
Yes.
Sort of?
It's over like 4 or 5 floors of a building, and there's stuff happening on all the floors. And the audience wear a mask. You have to be silent. It's this like white mask.
Oh, I've heard of this.
And you can walk around and follow different characters. And so it's very unusual, but it's really cool. So you don't see it all. Like you have
to go multiple times.
And,
it's really fun.
Are the actors playing it like it's real, or is it theatrical?
It's definitely theatrical.
Yeah, it's like a noir retelling of Macbeth.
Oh,
yeah.
But they almost don't talk at all. It's almost all just music and their physical actions. If you've done escape rooms, there's a bit of a feel to that because you can go into the office and leaf through like what the private investigator's been looking at and see what's going on. But mostly you follow the actors. So we had a great time. We actually did it with Fred again when we went to the 2019 Nexus. So yeah.
Cool. So I understand that some people are planning an in-person get-together to happen when Nexus happens this summer. Are you guys doing that?
Maybe. We haven't been involved in the conversation for that too much, but that would be great if the plague has, settled down a little bit to travel. So.
Yeah, I know. I always thought you always got to throw that at the end of almost every sentence. If the pandemic allows, because we're scheduling, live shows now for spring and summer. And, it's like everything. Every time I talk to anybody that's, any of the organizers, it's like, yeah, well, if this, if that, it's scary because look at what happened with the Denver show. It was 1.5 years, right? Delay or whatever. It was ridiculous.
Hey, Morgan, who you're petting? Is that your husband down there? What's going on?
No.
This is Duke. Duke Silver.
Duke.
Oh my gosh.
Damn, look at him.
What up, Duke?
Yeah, Duke's
like a small horse.
He's a small horse. He's a English Mastiff Great Dane mix.
Oh my god.
Oh, what an awesome animal.
He's $80 a week of food, isn't he?
He eats a lot of food. Yeah, he's 135 pounds, so he actually is a little less than a Mastiff normally would be. But
wow.
Oh, and that's a cat.
Oh, cat. Yeah.
I have.
Am I still there?
It froze for a second,
God,
Morgan.
I thought that was a
it's
sheep.
okay.
I think my cat muted. There we go. My cat muted everything.
Oh,
I used to work in
and
animal
another dog.
welfare. So I have 3 dogs and 3 cats.
Yeah,
Oh
that's
my
what happens when
goodness.
you work at animal welfare.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Morgan, I want to hear about your doggy.
Megan.
Sorry, Megan. See, I told you I'd get that.
Adorable. Oh my goodness.
This is Demeter, and I promised myself
name.
to make sure that she could say hi to Jackie. I know Jackie likes her. And she's a little 7-month-old miniature dachshund, and she's surprisingly sleepy.
Steve used to have a long hair miniature.
She's about 7 months.
Oh, she's so cute.
Young.
So she's 10 pounds as opposed to 130. So just a little smaller.
Yeah, but keeping in mind, no matter what the size of a dog, they all want to behave the same way. Like I'm sure that Duke wants to be in laps and on top of people.
Yes, he does all the time.
Okay, Jim, where's the dog?
I don't bring my dog to work.
Does that work?
I have
Yeah.
way too many bad cat things here.
There you go. Fine.
Do you guys want to?
Oh, no. Hold on over there.
What happened?
Chaos.
Cat.
Chaos happens.
Do you guys want to move on to the quiz and then we can take some questions?
Already?
Do that. Let me
Sure.
call that up. Riff for a bit.
Oh, yes. We're supposed to riff now.
Yeah. Jazz. Scat.
Okay, you have any questions keyed up, Ian?
No.
Well, wait, let's go. Wait, I'm forgetting all that stuff I sent you. Let's look at what happened on the internet.
So, I have a couple things. Oh, Evan, do you want to play yours?
Whenever you feel like it. I mean,
let's do Evan's because I have it actually queued up.
All right. Should this come with a trigger warning?
Does it say anything that?
No, I never saw any of all the videos of this that I've seen on YouTube. Nobody's ever done a warning with it.
Yeah.
So I think we're okay.
It's maybe a little weird, but okay.
Oh, it's going to be weird.
Here we go.
But
can you
memorable.
go full screen?
Let's see if that does it.
Yeah,
there you go.
Full screen.
Is that better?
On November 22nd, 1987, an unidentified person appeared during a broadcast of Doctor Who. I missed it. We should explain. We should not be reading this. We should explain it to the audience.
Yeah, Evan, explain for the people who don't know who Max Headroom is.
Well, that's the first point. You have to know who Max Headroom is, for the most part, to kind of somewhat grasp what the hell's going on here. So I hope most people remember Max Headroom, which was this iconic character from the 1980s. I mean, when you think of 1980s, I don't know how you don't think of Max Headroom. And basically, the story behind it is that it was a TV character, right? Who was the character itself was a human. He was a reporter. He got into an accident at in a parking garage, and there was a sign called that warned about the maximum headroom for the garage. He got thrown through the windshield. That was the last thing he saw. They brought him back to life, essentially, to be the host of a television show, but he was a computerized version of that human, and they gave him the name Max Headroom, right? And he went on to have several television shows. He made, it became this pop culture icon. Promoted brands and other things. He was everywhere. He was on the cover of Time magazine and stuff. Yeah. So hopefully everybody knows the basics about kind of Max Headroom. So then there's this.
Morgan, you're sideways.
Now in the middle.
Well, I know how it happened, but I don't know how to switch it back.
So then there's something called the Max Headroom incident. And Ian, I don't know, did you ever know about this?
Is this the TV show? Oh no, is this specifically the pirating?
This
incident?
is the pirating of the television signal in which these pirates, television pirates, took over the airwaves basically one night in Chicago on a Chicago station, and broadcast this thing they created of a person in a Max Headroom rubber mask doing you'll see what he was doing. It's almost, it's indescribable.
It's JB Cooper, by the way.
Right, the DB Cooper.
DB, whatever. JB is his brother.
You should talk often with the old ones of your
It's Doctor Who.
That is the only way to learn.
Yes, it is.
I'll get you a hot drink, miss.
Like a hot drink.
I don't understand how he did this.
We'll talk about that in a second.
He flipped my camera so it's like sideways now.
Talk about the cat knocked it off the table. Oh.
Could you imagine just watching your favorite TV show and then all of a sudden this pops up out of nowhere?
But this guy managed to hijack a signal.
Yes.
And this is what he did with his airtime?
That's right. He didn't make a political statement, right? He didn't talk about the evils of capitalism. He didn't, talk about, what something cogent. This is what he and his accomplices did with their precious 90 seconds of pirated airtime. They threw a mask on one of them and decided to just be insane.
How many people saw this or could have seen
a lot,
it?
Bob. A lot. There were thousands of calls that came into the station. All right, here's the PG-rated version. Yes, PG-13, I should say.
Don't look directly at it.
All right, and then it goes back.
It did take a while for them to figure it out.
You're always so careful.
And then they resumed the broadcast of Doctor Who. So
update.
I remember when this was a thing in the 1980s because it made national news. The pirating of a television signal was no trivial thing from both a technological standpoint and from a legal standpoint. The airwaves are these very, very protected things in which television stations, I used to be in the television industry, they have a lot of safeguards in place. Even in the 1980s, they did, in order to prevent this kind of thing from happening. One of the main things that they would have is they would have teams of engineers, especially in the major networks, Chicago being like the second biggest market in the country, would be able to get on that anytime they sensed even the slightest breach and shut that down, change the transmission so that it would seem seamless. So there have been these pirated incidents in the past, but this one happened to get through. And it was mainly because of the time they chose, 11 o'clock at night on a weekend. And there happened to be, and that tower that was transmitting was on top of the Sears Tower. It's that famous antenna, which was where that was being broadcast. There happened to be no engineers in the building that particular night to shut it down. They tried shutting it down at the TV station itself, but to no avail. So they could not control it. And somebody had to know this. And I think that's kind of the main point is here. It's been a mystery. Nobody ever figured out who the heck did this. It was investigated, obviously, by the FBI, by local authorities. And for many, many, many years, they pursued it. But they dropped the case. It went cold because they ran out of leads. But it's gotten its own life now, obviously in the YouTube and internet age. And a lot of people had come up with speculation. And there have been people who are telling stories about, I know who did it, and here's how they did it.
Clearly, Max Headroom did it. I mean, why is that even a question?
Right.
Promotion.
Right. But so the prevailing current best theory right now is that it was someone from inside one of the networks in the Chicago area who had a grudge, basically, of some kind, and decided to set and who had access to the technology. They said it had to be an inside job. You could not have done this using external, not having direct access to the satellite dish, which
inside job, eh?
Yeah, so it had to be an inside job, basically, is what they said. Now, so I went down this rabbit hole recently. I don't even remember why I came across somewhere. Max Headroom popped up, and I was doing something on YouTube. So that popped up, and of course, it reminded me of the incident. So I went back and looked at it, and I spent now hours kind of researching this thing because that's what happens sometimes when you go down rabbit holes, and you start to learn about it because I never, and again, I remember it happening because it was national news at the time, not that I was in Chicago or anything, but it was disturbing, hilarious, and now that I reflect back on it, in a form of almost artwork in itself, if not this sort of
it's performance art.
Yeah, performance art is
totally
basically what I think it comes down to.
not very good performance art. You know, again, they should have spent more time thinking about what they were going to say if they actually what they were going to do. Like it feels like they didn't think it was going to work, and when it did, they're like, now what do we do? You know.
Yeah, but at the same time, there was some planning, a good amount of planning actually done for it. But it comes down to the personalities of the people involved and their peculiar sense of humor. And, I certainly have my own sense of humor, so I can appreciate that, the people's individual tastes on humor is very wide and very varied. As long as you're not hurting other people and stuff, I can pretty much see just about anything is fair game. So I tip my hat, frankly, to the people who did it.
I love it.
Because it's kind of like a big middle finger sort of to the system, the man in their own way. But at the same time, they didn't go on there and say, we're part of the revolution. We're going to take hostages or do, some kind of political thing. So that's what I've been doing this week.
Well, that's cool. I mean, anytime, like the phone freaking and stuff like that. Like I like it anytime people break into, like the big, corporate systems and cause them to kind of freak out. I find that very entertaining.
What was the actor's name? Did Max? Matt Hewer?
Matt Frewer,
I think it was. Yeah.
Now, you know what else he did? He did an episode of Next Gen, which I love.
He did. He was Time Traveler.
Right. And he also did the remake of Dawn of the Dead, man.
Yes.
Great.
Yeah, he's awesome.
Oh yeah, he's been
but he was fantastic.
He does small roles all over the place. Yeah, he's
those are the two that I'll never
got
forget.
legs.
Let's crowdsource Morgan's camera problem.
Oh yeah. Okay, what do we got?
No, just in solidarity, turn everybody else's.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
I tried to look it up. No, but apparently her cat hit some keystroke or something, right? Because there is.
There's a keystroke in which you can.
I thought it was my feet.
I don't know if it's
so
on the computer, but you can. There is a way to.
All right, so wait, you're on a PC or Mac?
I am on a PC. It's an Asus laptop, and it is one that I can make into a tablet. Like I can fold the keyboard all the way over, which is why I can also like tilt it.
So if you rotate the thing, does it rotate automatically or no?
It does. So if I turn it on its side,
that's fine.
Right,
yeah, that's better. But you don't see us. You see us sideways now, right? We
no,
see
you
the alt button.
It turned the screen too, which is confusing.
Control Alt Arrow. Have you tried that?
No,
Somebody
I have
said
not.
Control F4.
I'm reading Control Alt Arrow.
No, okay, not all.
Have you tried turning it off and on again?
Yeah.
Nice one, Steve.
Take it vigorously.
Somebody else said take it out of tablet mode.
Oh, it could be tablet mode, yeah.
It usually does that automatically. I don't know how to take it out.
Or there might be a lock screen function.
Try Control
screen 90-degree rotation.
The orientation.
Press Control Alt and Arrow is what I'm reading.
Control.
And I'm seeing up arrow.
Yeah, I'm doing that right now.
So try any of them.
I'm doing the Control Alt and Arrow.
It's nothing.
I'm trying all of them.
You could try to reboot if you want. I mean, I don't want you to sit there and feel dizzy.
Just turn it on its side, leave it in landscape. That's fine.
Yeah, but she sees us sideways then.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't.
Oh, then you're good.
Yeah. Because it is made to do that. It changes. So
now we're all in our heads. And
I suggest you reboot.
When I look at you, it looks like I'm looking way up because my camera's way down on the side now.
Oh, right.
Oh well.
All right, let's move into the other videos. Bob and I found some fun stuff this week.
Okay. Let's see.
Try not to play any any audio with those.
Oh yeah, some of these are. Well, this one that I don't know if Bob sent me or you sent me, but it was of the space elevator.
Yeah, this one is pretty cool.
There's no number 13 on the key pad.
F13.
The space elevator?
Well, quote unquote space elevator.
Your journey back to Epcot will be a smooth and quick one today. Smooth and quick. Enjoy the ride. Smooth and fast.
Did you make it bigger?
Browser.
I never saw that before. Wow.
So we're going down a space elevator.
How would that feel? Pretty quick.
that velocity, I think you'd be
Wouldn't
crushed
you?
against the
Wouldn't you be
impact.
sinking? Right? Wouldn't you get crushed?
Please gather your belongings.
I can see my car.
They have a way to compensate for that? To pressurize it, or
SG2 cleared for arrival.
oh, I left something up there. Go back.
That acceleration would have turned into jelly.
It's still
I
cool.
hope you enjoyed your visit
Yeah,
to
it's
Space
cool. It's
Station.
never going to happen. If you want to know why, you could read our book coming out this fall.
Ooh.
Yeah,
That's true.
Very
probably
good.
not, but maybe we'll see one on the moon.
Yeah, maybe. Or Mars.
Oh,
Mars
Mars
is
is
good.
most likely.
Let me
Mars and
guess.
Moon is
Let me
pretty good.
guess. Gravity is the problem.
That pesky.
That's my
It
guess.
has something to do with gravity. Yeah.
Don't ruin the book, please.
Something
Oh,
gravity.
I'm
something.
sorry, I haven't read the book yet. Even I mean,
You just
it's
open
not
the
like you
book and
gave
there's
me
one
an
word.
advance copy of the book or anything.
Let's go to the next one.
Okay, so we have some industrial sorting mechanism. Let's see what this looks like.
Oh yeah, this is cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is
Right.
like Amazon
Magnets.
has got to be using
Oh, it's
stuff
little
like this.
little belts.
Yeah, they shunted off.
So the code on the package is read by the mechanism, and it turns the belts in the correct direction to send it where it needs to go.
Basically.
You'd think, you'd think, right? That's pretty cool.
That is cool.
But even more impressive than that for sorting products like that, I've seen machines that now imagine you've got these little tomatoes that you're trying to get these good tomatoes and sort them from the bad tomatoes.
Like
and there's like a literal waterfall of these thousands of them passing like every few seconds.
Let's watch the video.
I don't have it. Sorry. And it's
I
little
sent
puffs
it to
of
him.
air. Of that one too?
Oh,
Yeah.
you know, I didn't download that one because it was
All right, that's fine. But it
YouTube.
basically, in super high speed, it could flick it. It could flick it out of the way and into another barrel because it's not ripe enough. And I like insane, like no human could ever possibly do it. It's really cool.
They do that with potato chips too.
Oh yeah.
If they're broken,
Yeah.
they shoot them out.
Yep.
Hope they don't throw
Or
them
if they're
away.
green,
things
they
like that.
sort out that they have the barrel for the green potato chips.
Somebody says that I'll need that machine to ship all the hats.
Oh, the hats.
This
Yes.
is true.
Yeah, we're gonna eventually take a pre-order so I can order the right amount.
Pre-order.
And not mail them yourself, right?
Yeah, yes. Unless
That's what his minions are.
Yeah,
for, right?
if I can turn you guys into my minions, then you could come help me do it. But it really, Ian, didn't you come help me do shipping at one point?
Ugh, yes, don't
It was
remind me.
terrible. It was terrible.
It was okay.
Yeah,
Okay, here's the next one. It's solar panels. Let's see if it toggles on. Solar panels on Mount Taihang, I think it is.
Whoa, that's a lot of panels.
Yeah.
I just thought this was really cool because it looks cool, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, but
It's provocative, but
the poor animals underneath, not good.
yeah,
It can't be good for the environment.
I don't know. I honestly don't know if it's good or bad. I can only guess at this point. Like we need to talk.
Gotta
to
be. I
someone.
mean, look at that. I mean, that's a forest
It's
we're
got-
talking about.
Yeah, that has to be bad for the environment.
Well, it's a mount. Yeah. It's a mountain.
Is that- I mean, land use is one of the biggest environmental detriments, right?
Oh,
So
yeah.
using up more land is
Or
probably.
land use. Yeah.
I mean, you could
Yeah.
do the same thing in a city and just cover every house or roof with
Totally. Yeah.
Well, yeah, well, that's kind of the point, right? Is that you've already got the building there. You've already done the impact on the environment. Putting something on the roof is going to be much less problematic than doing something like covering the canopy.
Yeah.
I wonder if are we ever going to put like gigantic solar arrays in orbit, and then just send the energy.
But how do
down?
you get it?
The problem is the expense, Jay. We need a space elevator. I mean, it's just so expensive. What is thousands of dollars a pound? It's just too expensive.
But
but at some point we may do it if we get an economic way to get into space. We could put some on the moon as well.
Yeah.
That's you get a good location on the moon. That's like almost 24-hour access to the sun.
But the people on the moon will use that, right?
Yeah, well, anybody could use it, but yeah, probably not necessarily though.
If you think about the solar output, think about how little amount of solar radiation is hitting the Earth. And think about how much is, think of all the solar radiation that is, flying.
Generated by the entire sun?
It's just remarkable how much energy comes off the sun just in light.
Oh, gosh, yeah.
So yeah, that's the whole point of a Dyson sphere, Dyson swarm.
Mm-hmm.
You have a couple other videos you sent me, but would you like to listen to two deep thinkers discuss climate change?
Oh,
Sure.
gosh. Here
Yeah,
we go. What, is it Joe Rogan and who?
Oh, Evan, why do you already know?
Oh, because
he knows.
Ian.
He knows. Okay, let's see if this.
Hard to sort out. The climate change one is a weird one.
That's Jordan Peterson.
Well, that's because there's no such thing as climate, right? Climate and everything are the same word. And that's what bothers me about the climate change types. It's like, this is something that bothers me about it technically. It's like, well, climate is about everything. So, okay. But your models aren't based on everything. Your models are based on a set number of variables.
Yeah.
So that means you've reduced the variables, which are everything, to that set. Well, how did you decide which set of variables to include in the equation if it's about everything? And that's not just a criticism. That's like, if it's about everything, your models aren't right. Because your models do not and cannot model everything.
What do you mean by everything when you say...
This guy's a fucking moron.
Oh, my gosh.
Both of them.
What is his credentials for any of this stuff? Why would anybody listen to him talk
I
about
think he's unemployed
like
right now. But
Oh,
he goes on to say that's what
baloney.
people. He goes on to say that's what people who talk about the climate apocalypse claim in some sense. We have to change everything. It's like everything, eh? Boy, I should do it in his accent.
The same with the word environment. That word means so much that it doesn't mean anything.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's
not bad.
Yeah, I mean, I read an article recently about Joe Rogan and how damaging his program is, and how many people, like, just so many people listen to it, and the repetition of his BS on that show, is sinking in, right? It is causing a lot of people to believe in a lot of nonsense, and I said it before, people like Joe Rogan should be fined for misinformation. And I was talking to Steve about this. Like, we should just let's just start with medical misinformation, right? If you talk any medical misinformation and you have an audience bigger than X, you get fined, and make it hurt. What else could we do? What else could we possibly do other than shut his program down, which will never happen in the United States? I don't see it because he's not, we allow misinformation.
To be horribly wrong. I know it's terrible.
But the government should regulate it. Like the FCC should regulate internet and be able to regulate misinformation. It's epically damaging, and we don't take it seriously. We just think anybody should be able to say whatever they want, and I just find that to be ridiculous. Like, how much freedom do we all actually need in order to live our lives? A society demands that we give up some freedoms.
And like a company can't say certain things because they'll be liable for it. And I feel like Joe Rogan's essentially kind of like a company, and he's saying false information, but it's also a time span thing. It's not necessarily, unless it causes a individual direct harm right then, or that you can directly say that it was caused by him, it's hard to hold any individual liable without being able to do that. I'm taking a law class right now.
Yeah, I understand it's complicated. It's absolutely complicated, but so many things are complicated that like if you, I don't want to bring up a side topic to compare it to, but I think in this instance, we've seen people with incredible reach like Oprah Winfrey just freely spreading misinformation to their benefit. Dr. Oz, freely, flagrantly spreading misinformation to their benefit, and he got a slap on the wrist, and it's pathetic. It's just pathetic. Our collective societies, should be figuring out ways to stop that spread of misinformation, because look at the danger of misinformation. Just look at the United States today. We are the product of misinformation. So I wish that governments would have the ability to do things.
Yeah, but it's got to cross some lines. It's got to be fraud, for example. And it's so easy to skirt that by just throwing, in my opinion in front of it, right? You just
Mm-hmm.
present it as opinion, and then it's absolutely 100% protected free speech. There's nothing we can do about it, right? I mean, there's nothing that the government can do about it.
Well, but that's not true. I mean, the government could do something about it if the people.
No, it's unconstitutional. It's unconstitutional. So they couldn't do anything about it.
So therefore, let's let our society go down the dumpster, go into the dumpster, right? Like let's.
Well, that's a straw man. But the point is,
but Steve,
we can't do anything about it.
But we're watching it in slow motion happen. It's happening.
There are other solutions.
Well, let's work on those. I'm here to work on them. Let's talk about.
That's why we're all here.
Yeah, because for example,
we're doing our part.
The social media giants are private companies. They're not the government,
right?
And they can decide whatever kind of quality control filters they want to put in place.
Yeah,
and they could say that demonstrable harmful misinformation is against the policy of using our platform. There you go.
Don't
get the government involved.
But that could do a lot of good.
Yeah, I agree. That would be fantastic. Or like people should boycott their service. If they don't like, but I just don't see anything happening. I'm sitting here waiting for things to happen, and it's all bad stuff. It just drives me insane.
Because the recent report about Facebook, they knew that it was causing harm and that it also increased the profits or increased engagement, so they kept pushing it.
And they leaned into it. Yeah, of course they do. I mean, of course companies are going to lean into making money because, the culture in the United States is, countries are supposed to expand their profit every year. They have to grow every year. Like what about just, let's say a company's making $500 million a year. Why do they have to increase their profit? Why can't they just be happy making $500 million that year? I don't understand the mentality. Like, why does everything always have to be progress and growth when it comes to income? I think that it's one of the core problems of our society is that, money is an object that people want so badly that they lose perspective on the fact that it becomes debilitating at one point.
You sound like one of them communists.
Yeah,
I don't know about all that.
I've been thinking about this stuff a lot lately, and I'm not seeing the government doing, progressing. It just seems to be slowly deteriorating over the, however many years you want to go back. I'm worried. I'm very worried about what's happening.
Yeah, Jay, but has everybody seen my enterprise model?
Whoa. Hold on now.
But look at this one. This, not only does it look great, but look at this.
Resume course to our next destination.
You hear Kirk?
Yeah.
Wow. 3-year-old William Shatner.
Very nice.
It's worthy of a place on my desk.
I'm sorry, Jay. What were you talking about?
Are you saying we should just watch sci-fi and be happy?
I'm good. I appreciate Bob shifting away from that because. All right, so let's do the quiz.
Oh yeah, let's quiz
you can buy it.
And then we'll do a couple of questions.
Gosh, it's 6:10.
Yeah.
Okay, let's do the quiz.
Happens when we
All right, so if you go to darkenergy.games, I will send you a link. Internally, I will send us all our own.
I have to turn my laptop.
Right here, you.
Oh.
Gosh. Oh my gosh. Darkenergy.games. Everybody, if you don't know already, it will be in the chat in just a moment.
Ian, I will leave this up to you. People are asking, was that formerly a J rant or not? I'm biased, so I'm not going to say.
It didn't really turn up that. I mean, fine.
Baby
Steve says
rant?
yes. It was a baby rant.
I still claim it a rant.
It was a yeah. It hit the rant.
I mean, it was at the bottom of the ramp of the rant.
It's a spectrum, like everything in life, but
a mild ramp.
Yeah. It's just,
like a bell pepper.
Yeah, Scoville units was like kind of like that.
Jay's Scoville.
The green
units.
pepper. Yeah. All right, we got some people coming in. All right, go ahead. Rant adjacent. Mm-hmm.
Oh shit.
Rent-a-tet.
Rent it. All right.
Right. Get some more people going. Okay, we have a couple pinned messages. I might as well do one of them real quick.
Yes.
Can we pre-order the new book?
Not yet. We'll let you know when you can.
Yeah, we're working on it.
Okay, next one is I know organic is a scam, or in any case, a useless diversion, but I wondered if anyone has researched fair trade. I drank some fair trade coffee yesterday and wondered if it has the intended benefits for the producers, or is this a non-scientific question?
I haven't looked at it deeply enough. I'd have to do a deep dive before I can render an opinion.
There you go.
Well, that's not true, Steve. You can render an opinion. You can render an uninformed opinion in the meantime.
A bad one. Yeah, right. Very good. Okay, so let us. I think we got 200. Yeah, 200 and some odd people in there. Get in real quick. You got 10 seconds. 10, whatever.
I thought 300
more
was
seconds.
the magic
3 more
number.
seconds. All right, we're gonna hit the synchronize button when I count down and say click. So when
Join the click.
Here we go. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
I'm not
click.
on it.
Oh,
Having
no,
issues.
Morgan. Oh no, Morgan. It's okay.
Yeah, you froze up for a second.
Oh no.
Yeah. Am I back?
You're back.
You're here.
Trying to fix my screen.
I
Made it
know.
worse. I think. Oh.
Was it really the cat that did that? Because that's, it's like dog eating the
Fantastic.
homework kind of almost urban myth.
But
stuff.
we watched it happen.
The cat
though. It
walked
was in
on the
real time.
computer and
It
messed
did
the
happen.
computer. You know, it's like that realm of.
Yeah.
Pretty classic.
Yeah. I saw him jumping up and I went to stop him and he still collided into it and knocked it. Luckily, I caught it with my feet so it didn't hit the floor.
Super collider.
Amazing.
All right, while we're waiting for everyone to get to sink in here, what are your guys' favorite movies?
Oh God.
What kind of question is that,
Our guest.
Jay?
No, let our guest.
Yeah,
What
for
kind
our
of question
guests.
is that?
Oh man, that's hard.
Right?
It is a hard question.
One
Not
of your
impossible.
favorite. One of your favorite movies.
I love the John Wick series, like a lot. I will always
I
watch
haven't
it.
watched that.
I
I
haven't seen
love
it, no.
I love Keanu. I got to watch that.
There's a scene in the first movie that I can't watch because I won't watch animals get hurt. So Jim always sends me out of the room and then calls me back.
Yeah, I don't like that.
I know what
I don't
scene
like
you're
that
talking
either.
about.
Isn't that the whole impetus for the entire series?
It pretty much is.
Yeah. Okay.
I know what happened and I feel that he was justified and it's fine. I can just know that.
Lady, don't you hurt my dog. I know it was hard to
Okay.
watch.
Yeah.
Morgan, what do you got?
What was the question? I was distracted
How
by
many-
my whole.
How many peach pits can you fit in your mouth at one time?
One of your favorite movies.
Not
Now,
very
what's your-
many.
What's your favorite movie?
Oh, my favorite movie. Probably Blade Runner.
Ooh.
Oh,
Which version?
Oh.
Steve's getting technical. Let's do
Ooh,
it.
Yeah.
Say it.
What was the one that we just watched?
Original theatrical release, director's cut, the final cut. Come on.
The porno version.
Final cut. I really,
The Turkish
we just watched
remake.
The final cut, and I really liked
cut.
it.
Yeah.
Cool.
Mhm.
Jim, how about you?
I like so many. I would probably guess, although I haven't seen it very often, is I really like the new Blade Runner. I really like the sound design.
2048?
That was
Yeah.
really good.
2049?
49.
Yeah.
48, 49, whatever it takes.
Yeah. I
Yeah,
thought
I
they did a real
really
good
like
job
that
of
movie too.
using the scenery and the sound to build the emotional
Yeah.
emotions in the movie, and I was really impressed by that.
Yeah, I love that film. It's good.
Evil
Yeah,
Critter, you
we
have
just
good
rewatched.
taste.
Evil Dead 2. Woo! Great movie.
Yeah, I thought that the new Blade Runner movie, you know, we've talked about this. I just feel like it didn't hold up to the original movie. You know, like I expected something
You're
I think
wrong.
very
You're
different than what
objectively
we
wrong.
got.
Yeah, I think it's
Your
really. I was
opinion.
worried about that, but I really liked
Your
it.
opinion is bad.
Your opinion sucks.
Jojo Rabbit.
feel
That was a damn good movie.
The analysis skills are lacking.
Okay.
All right.
My classic favorite is still 2001, but
Of course it is.
Needs to be re-edited.
what do you mean re-edited?
No. What
little
short?
slow. A little
Probably
slow.
shorten it by a half
A
hour.
little slow in the
That's what he
21st century.
Yeah.
You're
Yeah.
crazy.
Could be about 20 seconds.
You can't re-edit a Kubrick film. That's
The
like
director's cut is 30 minutes shorter.
sacrilege.
Come on.
So
even- how about that last bit at the end? I mean,
Oh
come
God.
on.
I mean, yeah.
You mean the second to last bit at the end?
no?
Yeah.
But
You can't even take out what, 5 seconds? 10
How many
seconds?
how many
Please.
minutes of flying through space do we have to freaking watch in that
As
movie?
much as he demands, you will sit and you will
You don't
appreciate
understand the artistic purpose of that.
Of course, yeah, nobody
do not
except you.
understand.
I remember, like, just based on how I felt walking out of it, like Avengers just blew me away. That was just such a,
The
at
first,
the
the
time,
first one. God, that movie was so much
That's
fun.
true.
so good.
I do like the Marvel movies. As popcorn.
Yeah.
Movies,
Oh yeah,
Okay.
man.
The movie I think I like to go back and watch
Star
like
Wars.
every
I mean,
is
Star Wars.
well actually Lord of the Rings, Fellowship of the Ring. If like I'm just
Peter
gonna
Jackson's, yes.
if I'm on a plane and I need to watch
Wonderful.
a 2-hour movie or something to pass time, that's like the movie I'll.
And the director's cut's even
Good.
better.
Okay, we should probably start this.
Let's
quiz
do it.
before
Yeah, we got.
Oh, yeah, we're-
When I get my 4K TV, I'm gonna watch them, Steve.
Yeah, LOTR.
All
We'll do
right.
it.
And if everybody's ready,
No.
we'll start game and away we go.
There you go.
Which country invented ice cream? India, Switzerland, England, or China?
Oh boy, invented.
Invented.
You know.
Invented.
Wow.
Bob.
I mean,
I can't get that song out of my head.
Invented
man.
from nothing with no precedent whatsoever.
Well,
Sure.
Get
I
back.
mean, you know,
Get
it may have been
back.
precursor.
Somebody
Almost
just
certainly were
really
precursors.
died.
It's always going to say which country is credited with inventing ice
Right.
cream. That way you
Yeah,
don't have to
Credited with
quibble
it.
about did they
Yeah.
really invent.
Yeah, Jay.
Look, everybody knows. Everybody knows what's going on here.
The
Really?
answer apparently is China. And the memo on the bottom says, although sorbets are believed to have been invented in Persia, although isn't sorbet a French word, other accounts say ice cream originated in the Mongol Empire and first spread to China during its expansion.
wonder
Okay.
what the flavor was.
I've been fact checking
Rice.
quite a bit.
Horse.
You know, Ian, what a good feature for the quiz would be to have a button that just takes it. You know what I mean? Like we don't have to wait for the rest of the time.
Oh, like skip the next. Yeah, once I discuss it. Yeah, that's fair. Okay, next one. According to Greek mythology, who was the first woman on Earth? Medea, not anyway. Pandora,
Not funky cold Medea.
not yeah. Temnestra and Penelope. Penelope.
Penelope, as we say.
Yeah. Somebody said your mom. Shut up, Alexis.
Oh my god! And the fact that we laughed it just makes it
So
even more
stupid.
ridiculous.
So funny.
I know, it is funny.
Really?
That's not right.
So the answer is
way.
Pandora, apparently. In Greek mythology, the
Correct.
first woman, according to Hesiod's Theogony, after Prometheus, a fire god and divine trickster, had stolen fire from heaven and bestowed it upon mortals, Zeus, the king of gods, determined to counteract this blessing, and it doesn't say anything else beyond that.
Huh.
And then Pandora, what?
Does that
turned
mean
into a
humans
box?
were already here?
Well, Prometheus did give us fire, right? In
Fire.
Theogony?
I was going to guess
Was it
Napster
all
upon mortals.
instead of Pandora. But,
Right.
all
Yeah, bestowed it upon mortals. So I guess that was,
Mhm.
I don't know.
Yeah, she was like
Didn't really
Eve
explain it.
in Greek mythology.
Ah, okay.
Oh, yes. All
Responsible
mythologies
for all the
have
bad
their...
things that
What's
never
in the
happened in human
Eve.
civilization.
Of course.
Yeah, really. All right, next one.
Please.
Fissures, vents, and plugs are all associated with which geological feature? Canyons, volcanoes, channels, or cliffs?
I like Greek mythology a lot.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Wow.
Is it your favorite mythology?
I love Norse and Greek. I think the best.
Well, those tend to be the ones that get referred to the most in literature and other things that we kind of have in our Western culture.
And God of War video games. Anybody knows that? Anyway. And the answer is volcanoes.
Yeah.
Is that too easy?
That was easy.
Yeah. You ever take a video and when you start it and stop it, you find out that you actually stopped it and started it?
Mm-hmm.
No.
Sure.
I hate when I do that.
It happens every once in a while.
Although I think volcanoes has an E in it. This is volcanos. The Greek.
Volcanos, yeah. Or are you taking a picture and you're really taking a video?
Oh, gosh. I tell you, these first world problems.
Which
for the tribulations of modern society.
Which Dutch artist painted a girl with a pearl earring? Frans Hals, Vincent van Gogh, Johannes Vermeer, maybe? Piet Mondrian. Vermeer? Is that what it is? Vermeer?
What?
It's a great painting.
Too easy. Okay, Lou, educated.
Right?
Too easy.
Ask me a trivia question. I'm not afraid.
Ask an American, see who answers. So Vermeer, or Vermeer, however you pronounce it. Johannes.
I know this from Animal Crossing.
Oh, yeah?
Wait, Animal Crossing taught you the answer to this? Animal Crossing is really interesting. My
Was it like SimCity for animals or something?
Kinda.
Kind of.
It's pretty
Like
complex.
Sims.
There's lots of different things that can
Maybe.
happen. He has people visit his world, you know? It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Okay, the next one is
The
coming up in
Daily
just a second. The Daily Double. What is the softest mineral in the world? Talc, gypsum, calcite, or fluorite?
Lots of different minerals out there.
Yep,
it's true.
Some of them in the breakfast cereals we eat.
Yeah, why did we evolve to have to consume minerals? I don't understand that.
Because they
Essential
catalyze
enzyme
reaction.
function.
Oh, okay. So it's chemically.
Yeah, of course.
Jim, you're no expert in chemistry,
Everything's
okay?
chemicals.
Please
Yeah.
stick to your field of expertise. I tease you. You know I'm teasing you, right? You know I'm teasing you.
And the answer is talc.
Yes,
Yeah,
talc.
baby.
I remember that from 5th grade.
I used to teach a soils lab, and I would have been embarrassed if I didn't get that.
Yes.
I would have been embarrassed for you.
Yeah, that would have been very bad.
You got it, and it was sideways. So that's
I would have
pretty
had no
cool.
feelings either way.
I'm really happy that tonight you don't have to lie in bed and keep saying the word talc over and over in your head, right? That's what my brain would have been doing if I missed it.
Okay. And let's
Goddamn
hit
talc. How did I know about
game.
talc?
Stop
game and see what the issue.
That's what people
Okay,
did.
Charlie.
Let's check it out.
Charlie.
Wait, Charlie is literally in the
Never
number one
stop
spot.
gaming.
Charlie.
The mystery.
Charlie.
Bingo.
Not really
Charlie.
hot.
All right, there we go.
That's
Lots of
very valid.
100s, lots of 80s, lots of 80s. Quite a few 60s as well.
60, yeah.
Well, I'm seeing very nice distribution here with a low count on the 20s. So I would consider this one a success.
Here.
Yes. Who wants
It's
to
a
see
nice
my
mixture.
lamp?
Wait, not yet, Bob. Don't transition yet. Most people guessed talc, 65%. Most people guessed Johannes Vermeer, 83%. Most people guessed volcano. This was too easy. Most people guessed volcanoes, 92%. And most people did select Pandora, but it was a very low percentage. It was 36%.
Yeah.
And most people got China at 41%.
Here's the
Okay,
top
go ahead,
of the
Bob.
lamp. Here's the top of the lamp.
Yes.
Arr, it's a pirate lamp.
Arr, avast.
Pretty awesome.
Yeah,
it is a
that's
funny
awesome.
story. When I saw that lamp
Is
online,
it?
you know when you see
Something
something
pirate.
and you're like, I'm going to buy that no matter what happens. And it was for sale for $300. And I'm like, you gotta be kidding me. How could that possibly be $300, as awesome as it is? So I kept searching and eventually I found somebody selling it for $34.
Oh, they pulled it. Yeah, they're trying to do you.
Which
what
one
they
did you
to
get?
Jay's car.
Yeah, Mark.
I got the $120 one. So I was very happy when I found it. So that was a hell of a markup. What a punk trying to sell that for $300. Give me a break.
If you can get it, you can get it.
Almost like
Jay
selling a car
Jay
for
would have ranted so
75%
hard.
true.
Oh, God, I would have been so
Yeah,
pissed
really.
off.
What, Jim? Say that again.
It's kind of like selling a car with a $750 or $7,500 markup.
Exactly right.
Yeah, imagine if I'm like, yeah, you could become a patron, but I need, $3,000 for you as a side. It's a premium.
$5 a month, but
it's like who the.
Supply and demand, Jay. It's
All right. Do we have time for one question before
Let's take a
6:30?
question?
Probably, yeah.
Sure. We have. We don't have actually a lot of questions in the pinned thing. Let's see. From Visto Tudi, which false memes are the most pernicious and long-lasting in human culture?
The hang in there with the kitten holding on the branch. It was just long memes.
I mean, it's it's my top 5 will include all the kind of stuff I rail about forever. So like that organic is healthy. That's a big one. That acupuncture is not 100% bullshit.
Yeah,
would be another one. Or that homeopathy is not 100% magical witchcraft. That it's something like it's herbal medicine or something else. Let me think of something else.
Anything that ignores the fact that the dose makes the poison. That's a big one. It's like what you could die from water poisoning.
Toxic.
And Steve, as part of his job, is injecting the most dangerous bacterium we know, pretty much, in people's.
It's not the bacterium;
forehead.
it's the toxin made by the bacterium. It is the most potent toxin we know.
You could also die from looking at a computer screen sideways. Did you guys know that?
What? No.
Yeah, Morgan has to detox after this because she's absorbing Ventronol rays coming out of her screen.
Poor Morgan.
Nice one, Jay.
Thank you.
Ventronol rays.
I don't know. Juice, is that how people detox?
Juice detox?
Juice detoxes? Oh, yeah.
You got to drink orange juice backwards and then it'll detox you.
I have a friend who's on some celery kick right now. I mean, everything's celery, Yeah, but, he uses it for like everything. Like, gotta have celery in the morning. Gotta have my celery drink in the morning and the evening.
Celery
if I'm feeling bad, drink more celery. And
that's boring.
Actually, chat just said, what about diets and fads? Are they, for the most part, pseudoscience or marketing or?
Yeah, pretty much.
They're all marketing.
Yeah.
If you want to lose weight, eat less. That's it. That's it.
And keep up with your exercise.
If you do cardio,
it's
not
simple but not
fat.
Easy. The complexity is how do you do that? That's the complexity.
Yeah,
you gotta stick it out. You
don't
gotta
buy
walk
it.
away
Keep
from
it out
that
of the
dinner
house.
table
But sticking
and
it
be
out
pissed.
doesn't work. It
Don't buy
works
certain
only like
foods.
5% of the time.
Yeah.
So your advice is successful 5% of the time.
Well, hey, that's
That's better than nothing.
Yeah,
that's how many people can successfully lose weight. Absolutely, I totally agree with that.
Yeah, who can get off of alcohol also by themselves.
I'm just saying, Steve, if you're going to lose, if you want to lose fat, you got to eat less.
Yeah,
doing exercising is fine, but not for losing fat. That's it.
One of the things that works for me very well is I make sure that I go to bed hungry.
Yeah.
Whatever you got to do to be hungry when you go to bed. If you're not hungry when you go to bed, I think it's a failed day. And this is just for me.
What?
I'm not generalizing. Yeah, because the thing is,
you're trying to lose.
I can't sleep if I'm hungry when I go to bed.
But my willpower throughout the day is excellent. I fall off the wagon after 7 p.m. That's when I consume so many calories. So if
it's the meatball fest.
Yes. And I have
You're
meatballs
just throwing
waiting
up in
for
the
me
air
right now. All right, let's shut this sucker down. So, Jim, Megan, and Morgan, thank you so much, not only for being patrons and being on Discord, but thank you for coming on tonight. It was fun to meet you guys and to talk to you.
Very much so.
Yeah, a lot of fun.
Thanks, guys.
We'll see you at the next poutine event, whenever that is.
Looking forward to it.
Yeah.
Digital, probably.
We'll have a virtual poutine at the Digital Nexus.
DR.
And to Evan, Bob, and Steve, be careful with the snow this weekend, guys.
Yeah, we're just going to be hunkering down.
Yeah, it's going to be sloppy.
Hunkering down, editing the book. That's the weekend.
Yeah.
More editing, huh? I thought.
All right, Ian, take us out.
All right.
Bye-bye.
We're singing the song at the end, or
whatever. Do something. Tell us about watermelons. I don't know.
All right.
Watermelons.
Skeptics Guide to the Universe is produced by SGU Productions. dedicated to promoting science and critical thinking. For more information, visit us at theskepticsguide.org. Send your questions to info@theskepticsguide.org. And if you would like to support the show and all the work that we do, go to patreon.com/skepticsguide and consider becoming a patron and becoming part of the SGU community. Our listeners and supporters are what make SGU possible.
I fixed my camera.
All right.
All right. So the problem was Steve and Bob's presence.
Yes.
I'm just saying that given the evidence at hand, what I'm seeing, I'm making that theory, and there it is.
So what was the fix?
The correlation. I don't know. My laptop went to sleep, and I woke it back up, and it was fixed.
So it could have been a glitch.
Classic.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's crazy. The cat did something.
Mhm.
That bastard.
That's how cats are.
So everybody on Discord knows that we have a little after show, right?
I think so.
Has that become like the worst kept secret on the internet now?
Because I wasn't sure if you guys were going to stick around or not.
Well, I usually listen to it after. I don't always watch it live. And if you listen to it, you can see that there's a bunch left at the end. So.
Yes.
Oh, yes.
That's interesting. Yeah.
Oh, excellent deductive skills. I like that. Yeah.
Carly said that he thinks Steve and Bob are the only people that don't know about it.
I agree. It's probably true.
Yeah.
It's probably true.
I wonder if Liz knows and just hasn't said anything to Bob.
Oh,
Liz would definitely not tell Bob, I think, if she found out. I think
she could keep that secret.
She usually watches.
I don't think so either. No.
I
My
know
wife
today
watches.
she was driving, so she wasn't watching.
She might. I know that my wife does. I mean, who knows, you know?
Well, I text her about it a lot, and she doesn't always. She usually hasn't seen it.
I'm going to put it to the SGU patrons to decide, and please within reason, right? Within reason. What should Evan and I do when they find out? What should the response be?
Deny it.
Deny.
You got to do something.
Right. There's no proof that exists.
Yeah, you're wrong. It's all Mandela effect.
Didn't we say last week, Ev, that we got to make T-shirts for this?
Absolutely, yeah. We're working on some designs and things. Experimenting a little bit.
Yeah, anybody wants to make a cool T-shirt worthy design of the Post Extreme show, go for it.
And Extreme is spelled EXSTREAM. Post Extreme show. So yeah,
Ian,
definitely
what
share with
secret
us your
email can they send it to that Steve and Bob won't see?
info at the Skeptics.
No. Do admin at the Skeptics.
Yeah, admin at.
Oh, they don't. Right. That just goes to Jay.
Just to me and Ian.
Me,
yeah, only two of us.
All right.
You'll
have to share those secret communiques with me, though.
Because Steve will definitely see anything.
Decide what date you think they're going to figure it out. Write it down and see which one of you.
Oh, that's good. Yeah, we could have a little.
closer.
It's like guess the date the baby was going to be born and the weight and that whole thing.
I mean, I got to tell you, I did, Steve and Bob literally shut their computer off, get up, walk away. I just don't see how they're going to find out.
They are on to the next thing in their life right now. I mean, they really it is like cut, go, done, forget. They don't even know what happened 5 minutes ago.
They probably have a secret stream that they do together.
Come on! Now that would be
hysterical.
That would be the coolest thing ever. First of all, and therefore they're definitely not doing it.
I think
you are at the coolest thing ever happening.
I think what I'll do if one of them figures it out, because sometimes Bob will just leave his computer on and walk away. If I'm on Skype with Bob, and I'm like, "All right, Bob, have a good night," and I walk away and I come back an hour later, the call is still on, and I can hear him talking to Liz. You know what I mean? I can hear things going on in the room.
That's dangerous.
Yeah.
I don't think
Yeah.
Steve knows. Steve would have said something to me.
Yeah.
If he found out. So, but
would think
whichever
so.
one of them finds out, if they find out live, right? If it's happening like right now, like so, you know, somehow they figure it out, I'll call the other guy and get them on, just so we could laugh at them collectively. You know.
So mean.
Jay, I'm
Just
also
wanna dunk on
and I think I sent this idea to you and Ian. I wanted to, you know, maybe not every time we do this, but on some occasions, I want to have something where it's a little bit more formal. In other words, we go to the post show, and then we do this specific thing.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's
Well,
do it.
we have some more stuff actually. I didn't show this.
Oh yeah, let's see.
Item. We have a couple more videos, so we might as well just go through them.
Go for it.
So this is one that Jay sent me about some extreme makeup techniques.
Turn the volume down.
Oh yeah, let me turn off. I'll turn it off because I don't know if it's
All right.
DMC. Ugh.
Morgan, Jim, and Megan, tell me when you recognize who she's transforming into. Oh, there you go.
Now. Yeah. Wait, it'll come to me.
That is freaking remarkable.
Wow.
That is crazy.
I mean, you have to be able to picture that in your head, like as the artist doing it.
Look at
is
that.
just remarkable. It's like, okay, I
That
have
might
to
be a
do this
little-
to myself, and then I have to do this to myself. That is amazing perception.
Yeah, totally.
Oh my gosh.
That was pretty cool.
Wow.
It's just crazy what makeup can do. Like how much you can change your facial features without actually like adding anything.
Well, that's a way some people are going to try to get around facial recognition technology. Is they're going to do things like this because how is the hell is the computer going to know that that's not Taylor Swift? That's
pretty wild.
not Taylor Swift or
That is
whatever.
awesome. She does change the shape of her nose a little bit, which is very important.
Yeah.
Wow, that's
That's
unreal. I'm not even sure. Did I? Wow, that was too
I'm
good.
like that's almost not accurate. Jackie
I
Chan?
mean, that's just
my gosh.
It's a special form of art.
Without a doubt.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing. Gosh, I love creative people. The
Wow.
more creative, the better.
Wow. Holy shit, that's good. If this
Wow,
is all
that's,
legit.
that's Kristen Stewart from those awful movies, right?
Is this
How
Edward
dare
Scissorhands?
you.
Yeah, must be.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, look at that.
That's brilliant.
Gee whiz.
You've got to put makeup on yourself a lot to be able to pull this
Now
off,
we're only
man.
seeing 10 seconds of the process. I mean, it take like 3 hours to get to these
Probably
points.
hours.
Oh my
I would
gosh.
say without a doubt, yes.
And is she doing it all herself? Because that's hard.
She might be.
I mean, it's one thing to have an artist there painting things on you, making it happen. It's a whole other thing to have to do it all yourself.
She's actually funny.
To yourself.
Yeah.
I think people often do it themselves.
Uh-oh, who's she doing? What is this?
Oh,
Billie Eilish?
yeah, Eilish.
Yeah.
Is
Yeah.
it? Yeah.
I think it's Billie Eilish.
Unreal. Unfreaking
pretty
real,
good.
man.
I'm the bad guy.
Wow.
Pretty good.
Yeah, she's
Pretty
dialed
good.
into it.
Pretty
Nice.
That's amazing.
pretty epic.
Did you have something else,
Wow.
Ian?
Oh yes. Let me see. There was the muscles guy. Actually, I don't know if that actually downloaded. Let me see if that downloaded. Oh no, it didn't. It's just a jack dude that was screaming light work. There was another. It was an interesting one, which is maybe in a similar vein, but it's about lighting.
Yeah, this
And
one was very
it's-
interesting.
Right.
Check this out.
Interesting.
Okay, give me a second. Here we go. Bada bing, bada boom. Here we go. And play. Oops. Didn't pop up.
That my last video about my 5-minute makeup was fake and that I was really just using my mom as the before. But I'm just going to show you, it's a lighting trick. See, I'm facing one of my windows, but if I turn away from it, you'll see how bad I really do look. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, see now the light's behind me. Ugh.
I still can't believe it when I see this.
Yikes. Okay, let's go back to the light. So,
Is it-
just face the light.
That just seems unreal to
Show
me.
how beautiful you are.
What do you guys think?
Well-
is that real? Is that
I was just saying, is it real?
I'm saying fake. chat said fake. One person in chat said fake.
It feels fake.
It seems like it's fake because it's too dramatic. It's like lighting can't change your age perception like that. Like I've been, I've never seen anything like that before. So I would be on the fake side.
Can I bring my husband in for a second? He studied photography for a while.
Okay, yeah, go ahead.
Sure. Bring him in.
And he doesn't have to actually come in. He's saying
No, he does. Tell him to take
Could be
his
a
shirt
deep
off.
fake.
Bring him in here right
Bring him
now.
on. Tell him it's the post-extreme show.
Could be a smoothing filter that they're like fading in and out as they turn it and edit it.
How old somebody looks. Could it be that drastic?
Hi. So everyone thought that my last video
Captain
about
D,
my 5-minute makeup was fake and that I was really just using my mom as the before. But I'm just going to show you, it's a lighting trick. See, I'm facing one of my windows, but if I turn away from it, you'll see how bad I really do look.
Hair? What happens to the hair?
Okay, see now the light's behind me. Ugh.
Did her hair get longer?
Yikes. Okay, let's go back to the light. So
I just don't think that's real.
just face the light. Show how beautiful you are.
Morgan's husband, what do you think?
Hi. So everyone thought that my
Well, he thinks it could be a filter turning on and off.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Also, they
could do
moved in such a weird way, like the smoothness of the movement. It's like, what are they on a chair or something? How are they rotating?
how bad I
the
really do look. Okay.
Look how it's. I guess she might.
Well, it's
be on a
attached
chair.
to her body or
Okay, see,
something.
now the
Like
light's
you're-
behind
it's
me.
almost like you're wearing the camera.
Do
think
you
she's holding
guys
it,
feel
but
that her
it's-
voice
feels
is
like a
more the
filter.
younger version or the older version? Because she could be the older version,
Yep.
right?
Mm-hmm. Right, and then
Gotta
it's
ask
a filter.
me.
It's interesting.
Very
I thought that was really cool. I mean, I like videos like that make me question. It's like it's almost like a skeptical test. Like you got to sit
Oh,
there
yeah.
and
Yeah.
figure out. Like you're running through all of these unconscious, hoops to see, is it real? Is it not real? I can just feel my head churning when it's looking at it.
Yeah,
But
light-related
that's-
illusions are everywhere.
Yeah. All right, let's shut this down because I legit do have meatballs waiting for me. So, guys, thank you again. Thank you for staying with the after show. You will receive your after show checks from Evan next week. You'll be mailed
That's right.
checks.
Yep. Don't
Okay.
cash them though. Okay. Just
Oh, I
remember
forgot
that.
to say for the audio listeners, I'll post links in the post on Patreon for this so that you can actually go see it. Somebody was saying that we don't explain the videos enough in a verbal way, and I forgot to mention that.
Okay. We'll
so
try to
next time,
remember that
we'll
next
do it
time.
more. Yeah.
And guys, thank you for being patrons. We really appreciate it. It's it keeps the doors open, and we love doing what we're doing, and you're a part of it. So thanks.
Your support is wonderful. Thank you.
Thank you for making content.
Yeah.
You're
Any
welcome.
final thoughts?
Final
On-
thoughts.
on cereal?
Stay safe.
Watermelons forever.
All right.
Oh
On
yeah.
cereal. That's not a cereal. Okay, we're gonna say bye to Megan. Bye, Megan.
Bye, Megan.
Okay, we're gonna say bye to Morgan.
Bye, Morgan.
Morgan.
Bye, Morgan.
Bye, Jim.
Bye to Jim. We're gonna say bye to Evan.
Oh,
maybe?
it's me. I won this
Oh
week.
no, he won. And then
Stay
Jay,
safe, brother. I'll talk to you.
bye.
Bye, everybody.
Patreon.com/skepticsguide. Okay, thank you very much. Bye.